It happened 5 minutes before dessert. My brother raised his glass, smirking. Some people just aren't built for success. The room laughed. Mom, Dad, even my aunt. Their laughter clinked against the silverware like tiny knives. I smiled, calm, quiet. I'd been waiting for that line because 5 minutes later, my lawyer walked in. The laughter stopped. Forks froze midair. Mom's fork fell first, clattering onto her plate. Dad's jaw locked, and my brother, the golden child, went pale when he saw the folder marked transfer of ownership. Growing up, I was a background noise. In my own home, Ethan got the spotlight. New car at 18, tuition fully covered. His rent paid by Dad for stability. Me, I worked double shifts at the diner and slept on a futon in a shared apartment. When I got accepted into engineering, school, Dad said, we can't afford two colleges. But when Ethan dropped out twice, he got another chance in a condo in his name. I learned early that silence was safer than fairness. I didn't argue. I just took notes. 2 years ago, I came home for Christmas. The house looked like a shrine to Ethan. His graduation photo, his young entrepreneur award, his luxury car parked in the driveway I helped repave. I brought a small gift, a framed picture of Dad and me fishing when I was 10. Mom barely glanced at it. Oh, honey, Ethan's gifts go under the tree. That night, I overheard them talking in the kitchen. Dad said, we'll add Ethan as co-signer on the business property. The older one doesn't need anything. He's self-reliant. Mom chuckled. Yes, and we'll leave the cabin to Ethan, too. He'll know what to do with it. The cabin? The one place my grandfather built by hand. The one he told me would always be yours one day. Son, you appreciate things that last. I felt something click inside me. Not rage. Precision. They were making decisions about my future like I wasn't even breathing. I poured myself a drink, smiled, and started my plan. The next morning, I drove to the county records office. Turns out grandpas will never specify which grandson inherited the cabin. It simply stated the grandson who contributes most to its upkeep. I'd been paying property taxes for years. Quietly, automatically. They never noticed. I requested certified proof. From there, I went to a lawyer. Not flashy, not expensive, but sharp. We spent weeks combing through family records, business filings, even Dad's real estate holdings. That's when I learned something fascinating. Half the family business, the one Ethan bragged about running, was registered under my grandfather's trust. A trust that expired the moment both my grandparents passed, meaning it was up for transfer. Legally, the person maintaining the assets could assume control with proper documentation. Guess who'd been paying the taxes, repairing the plumbing, and renewing the licenses for years while Dad and Ethan traveled? Me, every receipt, every form, my quiet signature on every page. I didn't confront them. Not yet. I let time do the heavy lifting. Over the next 6 months, I built quietly. I transferred the maintenance contracts into my LLC. I filed renewal papers for the trust properties listing, my entity as the operational custodian. I drafted an asset transfer motion through the same lawyer who also happened to be a notary. Every move was legal, Every move was documented. I was invisible but everywhere. Meanwhile, Ethan launches new consulting. Company using dad's money to throw. Parties and lease sports cars. I let him. Then came the audit. Routine. Random and devastating. The company. Books didn't line up. Expenses weren't. Justified. Guess whose name wasn't on a single fraudulent form? Mine. When Dad called me in a panic, I answered calmly. Don't worry, I said. I'll handle it. And I did in a way he never expected. Christmas again. Same table, same smug. Faces. Ethan raised his glass, mocking. Me as always. Some people just aren't built for success. I smiled. You're right, I said. Some people build it. And then, right on cue, the doorbell rang. My lawyer stepped in, coat still, buttoned, holding a slim folder. Sorry for interrupting, he said smoothly. Mr. Walker, I just need your signature. Confirming the property transfer. Dad frowned. What transfer? My lawyer opened the folder, turned it toward him. As of today, all trusts registered. Assets, including the family business. Headquarters in the lakeside cabin. Are officially transferred to Mr. Walker's. LLC as the verified custodian. Mom's. Fork hit her plate. Ethan blinked. Confused. Wait, what? That's our company. My lawyer adjusted his glasses. Actually, legally, it never was. The trust expired. Your brother's firm. Renewed every operational contract under his name. The county confirmed it last week. Ethan's smirk disintegrated. Dad's face turned red, then pale. Why, you tricked us? He stammered. I leaned back, calm. No, I follow the rules. You just never read them. Mom whispered. You can't do this to family. I looked at her. Really? Looked at her. You did. Years ago. Ethan tried to bluster. I'll sue. My lawyer smiled faintly. By all means, but given the forged invoices and misuse of business funds under your name, I'd advise caution. Silence. Thick, electric. Even the clock seemed to hold its breath. They didn't call me for weeks. Then came a single text from Dad. You've humiliated this family. I didn't reply. Instead, I drove to the cabin. My cabin now. The lake calm and endless before me. I stood on the porch, the winter air cutting clean through the noise that used to live in my head. For years, I thought I wanted their approval. Turns out I just wanted my peace. Ethan's company collapsed within months. The audit expanded. The investors withdrew, and his assets were seized to cover back taxes. Mom tried to call again. I let it ring. I don't hate them. Hate is still a form of attachment. I'm just finished now. The property is thriving. I rented to small startups, the kind of dreamers I used to be. Every signature, every document, every word, mine. When I think back to that dinner, I remember the exact moment. Ethan's smirk faded. 5 seconds. That's how long it took for decades of arrogance to crumble. Some people inherit power. Some people earn it quietly. And some of us rewrite the family name with ink and patience. I didn't take revenge. I simply corrected the record. And for once the truth had my signature.